Hello everyone and welcome to this session of programming with Python. In this session we will see the concept of Python module. So often we will see in our programming language that our built-in function like len function and type function are not enough for our programming need. So we have to define newer functions and method to compensate for our programming experience. So for example, let's say if we want to find the factorial of a number and if we simply write factorial and write 4 in it. For example, we want to calculate the factorial of 4 and run this, then Python will give us an error that we don't have any name factorial which can calculate for us. So we have to define the function and its definition which calculates a factorial for us. So for example, if we define a function called factorial that basically takes an integer and in that we define a variable called fact as 1 and we have to since calculate factorial, then we have to use the loop, and in that we get fact multiplied by the number n, and every time we iterate our loop we decrease our n, and in the end we return fact. And now if we will calculate factorial, we will get our output as 120. So this is happening because we have defined a new function called factorial which has a definition of the factorial and it is calculating for us. But this becomes really cumbersome when we have some complex task and we require some complex functions for it. And every time we have to use them, we have to define these kinds of code. Now, some kinds of function can be really big in nature and maybe they can be out of our grasp or understanding. So in that case, Python basically provides us a module or a file in which these functions are ready-made for us to use. Now these functions are built by the community of Python, which is very vast in nature, and people actively contribute these kinds of function and these kinds of program to improve our programming experiences. So in Python, we basically have two types of module. The first one is built-in module and the second one is the user-defined module. The built-in modules are those modules which comes with our Python installation or Python package. For example, the math module, datetime module, random system and OS are some of the most famous built-in modules in Python. So now, if we want to import any module in Python, then the general syntax is we first write the import keyword followed by the name of our module. For example, if I remove all of this and restart our kernel, and let's say we want to calculate a factorial of our number, then Python will give us an error that factorial is not defined. Now, the factorial definition is stored in a function called math. So we have to import first the name of our module. We will write import followed by the name of our module, that is math. And now what this has done is included this math module in our search path. And now if we want to invoke the factorial function from this math module, we first write the name of our module followed by the name of our function which we want to use and followed by the argument. And now if I run it, we get 24 as an output. And for change, if I let's say pass 5 in it, we get 120 as an output. So now this math module has already a factorial definition coded within it, and we are invoking or using that factorial definition from the math module. The another kind of module which is built in nature in Python or comes with the package is the random module. So if I write random, and one of the famous function from the random module is the randint module. Generate a random number between a given range. So if we write random dot randint followed by a given range, let's say 1 to 10, that if we want to calculate a random number between this range of 1 to 10, then we will get 4 as an output. And since it is a random number, so if we will run this again, we will get some different number. So we are getting 6, getting 9, etc. Now, if we want to calculate or import multiple modules in Python, then we can do this by just writing the name of our module first, such as math, followed by the second module, that is random. And to use this or to demonstrate this, let's calculate the square root of some random number or factorial of some random number. So first we will invoke the factorial function from the math module. So we will write math dot factorial, and afterward we have to invoke the random number from the random module. We will write random dot randint followed by the given range, that is 1 to 10. And now if I run this, we are getting 40,320. So what happened is random module or the random function generates any random number between 1 to 10, and the factorial method finds it factorial. So this is how we import multiple modules in Python. Now we can also import while renaming our module. So for example, if we want to, we have to write the factorial every time. Now this can be somewhat cumbersome to some people. So we can rename the factorial as f. So how will we do it? We will first write from keyword followed by our module name, which is math in our case, and we will write import keyword and followed by the name of our function, that is factorial, as f. Now what will it do is it will rename the function factorial as f, and now if we want to calculate the factorial of a number, we just have to write f followed by our argument, that is 4, and we get 24 as an output. Now one thing we missed is that if we want to, for example, every time we have to find the factorial, we used to write that math dot factorial 4. That is, we have to first write the name of our module and name of our function afterward and followed by the argument. This happens because import math just makes the math module available in the search path. It doesn't completely imports the module in the function module in the file itself. So to import a specific function from that file so that we don't have to write the name of the module every time we invoke its function, we can write from followed by the module name, that is math in our case, followed by import and the name of a specific function we want to import. So that is factorial. And now if we remove this and run our program again, we get 24 as an output without even writing the name of our module. So similarly, if I pass another argument, let's say 5, and run it again, we get 120 as an output. Now, if we want to import every function from this module math, then we can do that by replacing or using the asterisk sign. For example, now if we want to use the different function of math such as factorial, finding power, or square root, then we can do that by just writing factorial 5, we are getting 120. Let's change it to some other argument, we get 24. Now if we want to, let's say, find the square root, we can write sqrt and 16, we get 4. Similarly, let's say we want to find a power of 2 raised to the power 4, and if we calculate this, we get 16 as an output. So this is how, by using the asterisk sign, we are invoking or including all the functions available in this math module. So that's all for this session. I hope you liked it. In the next session, we will see other different concept of Python. Thank you.